The title of this podcast is What You're Looking For is Within. This was inspired by a work colleague and my well-being friend, Jen Nolan. And she sent me something I'm going to read for you one morning during our practice, in which we just check in with each other and say that the ritual is complete. She's always so positive and kind. And it reads, "The mule that carries a bag of gold on his back doesn't know the value of that load. Likewise, man is so absorbed in toting the burden of life, hoping for some happiness at the end of the trail, that he does not realize he carries within him the supreme and everlasting bliss of the soul. Because he looks for happiness in things, quote unquote, he doesn't know he already possesses a wealth of happiness within himself." And that's true for Keith 1.0, certainly. I remember that when I, felt that I wanted to be in love, where did I go looking for love? In a person, something outside of me, someone outside of me. And the moment that they do something that doesn't live up to my expectations, whether it's they change the way they look, they don't work out, they don't do something that my mind says is what I need them to do for me to find them attractive, or they do something that I think that they should be doing differently, like a different career or different pursuits, different goals, doing it a certain way. Whenever they do something that does not meet my expectations for them, then where's that love that I was talking about, that I was looking for? And so Michael Singer says, if you're looking for love, don't pray for a person, pray for love. I remember when I was like, for security, right? I look for things outside of myself, like money, the stability of a place, of a house, or a place to live, to call my own, and all these other things. But what happens when you lose a job? Where's your security, right? You feel like your world ends when that happens, or your retirement account gets rocked by the stock market. Where's your security then? Or your house, something happens to it, storm, the roof gets caved in, or some people have lost their homes to wildfires. So in that case, do you feel like all is lost? If you do feel like all is lost, then consider it's because you're looking for security in things that are outside of your control, when security and love and all those things are an inside job. And so what the practice has helped me do is not require life, people, or experiences to be a certain way for me to be okay inside. I start out okay inside, and however life unfolds, I have learned to accept it and work on finding bliss in however it shows up. And even if it's not to my liking. So yesterday, it was not ideal weather, to go outside and meet up with friends and play, be active. But we did it anyway. And we had a blast just working on, we played pickleball, working on drills and the game and everything else. Because what I made it about was just having great experiences. Not that the weather had to be a certain way for me to have a great experience. And the people that I showed up with, they had the same kind of attitude and mindset. So it was a blast. And we spent the time working on drills. Same thing is with people. I used to require people to be a certain way for me to feel okay inside. I don't do that anymore. I mean, someone shows up in a good mood. Oh, absolutely. I mean, I prefer that if I have a choice over somebody showing up in a sour mood, complaining all the time, like Keith 1.0 did. But if a Keith 1.0 does show up, that's cool too, because my experience of the day is going to not be dependent on how they show up. And so I just and so inspired by Jen sending me this, and that everything that my mind seeks is not out there. It's in here. And so what I do is I spend my time working on me. It used to be a mess in here, inside, complaining, upset, resisting change, wanting everyone to be different, constantly saying, I don't like this, being so identified with my thoughts that I think I'm my thoughts. That used to be me until it wasn't. And that happened with consistent practice. So now everything I'm looking for is within. And whatever shows up, I accept it. I'm cool with it, grow from it, embrace it. And as Michael Singer says, surrender to it. Yeah, it's going to happen anyway. So might as well not make it two problems. So just be with what is. And that in itself takes a load off, a load off. So I invite you to take a look at how you're moving through life, how you're interacting with people, and what you seek. Are you seeking what's outside of you to make you feel okay inside? And if you are, I'm sending you positive vibes because I've tried that. And there's a whole lot of suffering that comes with that approach to life. It's much easier, much better, and much more enjoyable doing it the other way, to where what you seek, you already have within you. And you behave as if you do, because you do.